Now you can put.
Now, before we do that, I am joined by another guest with us tonight on the Today Show. We are joined by Hasina Yasmin Mia, who's a regional aftercare manager with over 15 years of experience in the construction industry. She's worked with some of the UK's leading developers and contractors, bringing expertise in project delivery, customer care and project completion excellence. As one of the very few Bangladeshi women in this field, she brings a unique perspective on leadership, mental health and building a modern career in construction. I'm very happy to have her on the sofa with me today. Assalamu alaikum to you.
Welcome, Salam Tam. Thank you very much for inviting me here today.
Thank you so much for coming. How have you been?
I've been very well, thank you very much. How are you?
And now tell me about your early beginnings in your career.
So I basically started out 15 years ago. I was lucky to get an opportunity on the Olympics Village, very long time ago now. At the time we were going through the Great Recession and jobs were scarce, people weren't employing. So I was quite lucky to have an opportunity to work on the Athletes Village and be part of the build team. Now from there, I moved on and joined a company called Ardmore Group, who's a tier 1 main contractor. I was with them for 7 years. I was working with them. I started from the beginning as a project administrator, document controller, and then quickly was promoted in the first year as an assistant project manager on site. So I was quite lucky to have, joined their company and then obviously be promoted and grow very quickly within their company. So 4.5 years working on a construction site, you can imagine. I then moved on and I joined the customer care team because I really enjoy dealing with construction defects and taking care of the aftercare and customer care side of it.
Wonderful. I mean, it sounds like such a whirlwind journey. I mean, how did you manage and navigate all that?
Well, if I be honest, female, being
Muslim, as a
Muslim,
British Bangladeshi Muslim female, I mean,
exactly
that's quite
that.
a lot to deal with.
It's basically a very male-dominated industry. It's probably 80–90% male in the industry. So the construction industry is trying to encourage more and more women in the industry. And luckily for me, I had to get my foot through the door and work my way up. So there were challenges along the way. There were barriers along the way, but you have to, if you believe in yourself, you can aim to the highest if that's what you want. It's totally down to every individual.
And did you have any specific training, qualifications, experience or anything that you needed for these roles?
So basically, I didn't have a degree. So I had finished in college, at the time advanced business studies. So from that, it gave me the necessary skills to start out. From that then I moved on and I was trained with Ardmore Group and all the other companies that I work with. I've worked with developers as well as tier 1 main contractors, such as Berkeley Group. They're very big. Currently I work for a company called Balmer and Kirkland, but they all provide the necessary training to do your job. So in my role, I do project management, I do technical, I'm quality, I deal with post-completion, pre-completion, so I work with project teams, and a lot of customer care. I deal with really technical construction defects. Sometimes you'll find on site, men can't even fix the job. So there comes me and I'm encouraged to come to site and fix that.
Wow,
so
incredible.
Yeah, alhamdulillah, I've had the opportunity to do it and I'm proving right.
So what is a typical day in your life, would you say?
Typical day, it can be anything. So every day for me is a different day. I manage a region. So currently I'm managing a central region for Balmer and Kirkland. There's about 40 projects. However, most of the projects that I'll be handling are part of the Department for Education. Part for the Department of Education. So I'll be very much involved with the client relationships. I'll be very much involved with site projects that are currently live as well as projects in the defect liability period. So what I mean by that is I'm going to slow down and explain that to you now.
Yes, please do.
Yeah. So every time we build a project I've basically worked in so many different sectors like the commercial, residential, retail, education, hotel, leisure. So I've had the opportunity to work in many, many different sectors, and with every new build, when we hand that over back to the client, so because we're a main contractor, we hand the project back at PC, which is practical completion, right? At that point, the building, the development, whatever we are building for them is handed back to the client. From that moment, there's a defect liability period, whether it's 1 year or 2 years, but we have to complete all the construction technical issues, all the defects during that period and finish them off before we get signed off on the project, and then again have the retention money released to us back to the main contractor, which
Quite a lot to take in.
I
isn't it?
was going to say.
Quite let's have a look at some of your photos. Tell us about some of the photos on the screen. So you've been involved in a lot of
Which screen am I
outside work activities and inside work activities. Tell us what happened here.
So basically, I was involved with the event itself, organising the event. It was for the International Women's Day Iftar event. It's one of the first ones in Tower Hamlets. Firstly, we're celebrating the women internationally excelling in life and working in these amazing roles, and they're very, very inspirational, bringing it all together on this event.
And what's this cake? This lovely cake.
This beautiful cake was given to us from a company called Sims Bakery, and it was used for the celebration cutting at the end of it.
And over here?
We have our councillor, Suluk Ahmed,
Yeah.
who actually was one of the keynote speakers, along with others that were there present on the day.
And over here we've got like a panel setting going on,
We
right?
do have a panel, yes. We discussed many different conversations. The people on the panel was obviously Shamim Chaudhry, we had Tanjila, Shaker, and myself.
And what's happening here is a lovely picture of you in yellow.
So basically, I again took part in another event recently at the Zaria Awards. I was the red carpet host for the day,
Yeah.
and just assisted the host on the day and wherever was
And the
necessary.
last one we've got is your action, working action.
This is kind of me in action. Obviously, you haven't got any of me on site because
Yes.
this is a new company and I haven't taken them yet. But this is just a little example of us how we would look with our hard hat, our high vis. Again, I don't have my hard boots on. I didn't need them for that day.
You're
'cause
wearing
it's
high
in
heels actually in that picture.
I was wearing high heels because I actually went to visit the project.
Okay.
I hadn't been there yet, so I'm actually currently involved with about 40 projects. So I have to visit every single one of them, and I will be, one by one by one.
So you're a hard worker by day and you're a
Yes.
hard worker by night. So
I am.
throughout the day you're doing construction work around sites, and then you're also in the evening time you're at events, you're supporting women. You're also an influencer online, right?
I am an influencer, yes. So I'm currently on TikTok. So those that know me, I'm on there as Bengali Cat Mom. Basically, I am very involved with animal welfare. I currently have, for those that know me, know that I have about 26 cats
No
and
way.
kittens currently.
Really?
Yes. So what I've done is I've taken them in,
it's wonderful.
given them a forever home.
Okay.
I'm very passionate about animal welfare. I don't like animals suffering. I'm very passionate and I have a lot of love for them. So I've opened up my home. I've opened up my home and I've provided a bigger space for them where they can have their own cat room, their own catio run out in the garden, and, let me just add this, and their own cabin.
Really?
I have.
So you've worked so hard for these cats.
I have.
And you
I
definitely
have.
will be rewarded, inshallah.
Inshallah.
And why did you actually do this? What was the reasoning behind the cat mum life?
Cat Mum life, I've always loved cats. So the first, I bought two to start with, right? And slowly, one by one, I kept
Yeah.
rescuing them. So they
Rescued
were
them.
either strays, they were either fosters
But was there a
and
particular
adopted.
situation that you were like, no, I'm going to do this forever? Like, was there something that really started it off?
No, I felt bad for them. I feel like in this country and many other countries, there's just plenty of cats around the world that just need rescuing. They need a home, they need to be loved. They deserve that.
Of course they do.
Every animal deserves that. They don't deserve to suffer. So unfortunately, they do suffer under the hands of humans. And if there's not just myself, there's so many people like that out there, you know, that do exactly the same thing. And I've been
Yeah.
doing it for 4 years now. And I wouldn't regret it, not for anything.
Of course. So you're very busy. Throughout the day, you're doing so much. In the evening, you're at events, you're looking after cats. How do you manage your, physical and mental health in that?
So basically, I make sure I take care of myself. So routine is very important, and also prioritising. Now, prioritising is extremely important. First of all, your career. So obviously, my priority is first to my career and the time that I put into that. Past that, it's my family life. And then if I can help out at any events and be, available for them. And with the animal welfare, that's an everyday thing. So that's an
course.
everyday morning, evening thing.
And obviously, because you're involved in so many different industries, you're involved in, construction, you're involved in events, you're involved in being influencer, social media. What would you say to people that are watching right now? They're like, I want to be involved. How can I be involved? What can I do? What would you say to them?
Well, it depends. Well, if they want to get into the construction industry, for example, there are so many different roles in the industry. You could be a project manager, you could be a quantity surveyor, you could be a construction manager or an engineer. There are so many different roles. I would say, especially to the young and the youth and anyone that wants to get into the industry, have a look at the different roles they have.
Is there any particular websites or
explore
anything?
it, learn it. Is there a website?
Yeah.
I would just have a look and Google it. You can go onto any main contractor or developers pages, websites, and have a look at what kind of roles they have on offer. Just look into that and what brings a team together in a construction company. There are so many different departments. Like you could be part of planning, you could be part of estimating, you could be pre-construction. There are so many different opportunities in the industry. And with anything else, you want to be a TikTok influencer? Be a TikTok influencer. Do what makes you happy. Do what you're good at, what you're passionate about. Actually sell good content. You know, people like that. They want genuine, real stuff.
Wonderful, thank you so much. Almona, Sister Almona in the kitchen. How are you getting on? What's going on?
Yes, I think we're nearly done. Just 4 more minutes and we can serve up.
Okay, no problem.
Yes, and these two gentlemen have been amazing, I have to say. I'll take them home with me.
Have been more helpful.
In terms of kitchen preparations and...
Okay, thank you so much. We will be coming back to you very shortly after the azan. Make sure you stay with us for the kitchen segment because I'm very excited to try this wonderful curry. Please do stay with us. We'll see you shortly after the Isha azan.